That was hilarious.
I'm not even
I love that.
That was not hilarious.
That was absolutely hilarious. I love that.
That was not hilarious at all, Renesh.
That was really funny.
What did you just say?
That was not what happened. That was funny. The discussion we had was funny. Hey guys, welcome back to the Don't Talk Back podcast. My name is Renesh.
And I'm Khushee.
And we're in Sydney, and the Royals are also in Sydney.
They are. It's been quite eventful for them since they've been here. I mean, they've been yelled at, they've done cooking, they've barbecued. And I just think they're too old to be doing this stuff, you know? Like with Queen Elizabeth, she'd been doing this for a while. Like she'd been doing that since she was like you're and my age. And yes, she was old, but she had been doing it for a while. But these guys started out old, like that. And plus King Charles has cancer anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So it must be a lot for him.
I don't understand the fascination of the Royals.
Me neither. I just think it's so overrated. Like, why do we need them? What is their purpose?
I kind of get that. No. I'm going to rephrase that. I don't understand that at all. I was just about to say that, I kind of get why we have them, but I don't understand why people cared that much.
Why do you get why we have them? They're like, they get our taxes.
It's an ancient thing, no?
It's an ancient thing, but like so many ancient things have changed. Why not this? Like they actually have no role in our Commonwealth or in our democracy. They're just there. You know, we're making them richer by giving them,
that is true. That is true.
Stuff from our taxes.
Yeah. But I still can't believe that someone went to the Parliament. Was it Parliament House?
Yeah, Lydia Thorpe went there and she was like, "You're not my king."
Who is she exactly?
I think she's an Aboriginal woman, and I think she's a senator.
Right.
For now, she is at least.
For now.
And I just think that was so uncalled for. Like, yes, you need to be vocal, and I agreed with everything she said, but I just think the way she did it was so embarrassing. Like, there's a time and place for everything, and there's so many important people there. It's just embarrassing. Embarrassing,
yeah. I saw the video. I don't know. Yeah, I think I saw it in someone's story, because if I didn't, I don't think I would have realized what actually happened.
I saw it on like a news channel's Instagram page.
Yeah.
But like I saw that and I was like, what is going on? And he just stood there.
Yeah, I mean, what is he supposed to do? I think he almost got shot in the head years ago in Sydney.
In Sydney. I've seen that video too, and he just like stood there and he was like fiddling around with his ring, and I was like, is it Riz? Is that what you call it, Riz? No, that's Skibbity Riz. What do you call that?
You know what Riz is?
Yeah, it's charisma.
Yeah, but do you know what Riz?
Like charm.
Yeah, towards the
That's why I was asking you, what would you call it? There is a Gen Z word for it, like when somebody doesn't care about stuff.
Nonchalant? Sigma? I don't know.
Sigma, yeah, there we go. My brother says that all the time.
Yeah. It's, that word just, yeah, but no,
Sigma mentality.
That's disgusting. No.
Moving on.
He got shot. Almost got shot, and he just stood there.
Unlike Donald Trump.
Oh, he did
get shot.
How many times?
Like
twice?
1 millimeter off his ear got shaved off.
Yeah, that's a lot of crazy people around here. But what do you reckon is going to happen to this lady now that she's gone publicly embarrassed herself?
Well, I mean, I don't think she'll get fired because that's just a bad look.
Really?
She had done a lot of scandalous stuff before. Like, she's been in the news for a lot of stuff. Like, she's been very aggressively vocal, which like she should. Like, all of these issues need to be brought out. But I think there's a time and place for everything, and there's a platform for everything, and she has that platform, yet she still chooses to do things the wrong way.
But
like, I'm not saying I don't agree with anything she said. I agree with everything that's been said, but it's just the way you do stuff really says a lot about who you are as a person and what you represent.
But wouldn't you agree that in the end she got what she wanted? She got people talking about it and talking about her and her message, and people are kind of doing that.
That's the sad reality of nowadays, though. Until you do something that extreme, nobody talks about it.
So in a way, she achieved her, she accomplished what she wanted to do.
Yeah, but there's like been mixed stuff as well. Like, yes, people, even if she hadn't done stuff, there still would have been chatter about it. Because there had been, like, I had read some activists talking about it. It's just now it's on everyone's mind. Like, that's the one thing people are going to take away from this royal trip. I think they leave like this weekend or something. I can't remember. But Also, I love the fact that they called it the Australian tour when he just went to Sydney and Canberra. Like, do the other
really?
states not count?
I mean, the way I look at it is the fact that I didn't even know that they were here until I saw that video, and I had no real background into what exactly she was talking about. But now I do, because I saw the video, and okay, yeah, you may have read up on it, but I didn't read up on it until I saw the video. So in the end, she kind of got what she
did get what she
publicly
wanted.
humiliated herself, but she also got across what she wanted to say, and it worked.
Did it though? I mean, it got people talking about what she did.
Yeah, but the underlying thing is, you're like, okay, this crazy lady has gone and done something in front of the king and the queen, or the king and his wife. Is she a queen? Is she queen?
She's queen consort.
Sure. Yep. And now, what do you call it? Now people have gone and researched, okay, what was she actually talking about?
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, okay, she's talking about that. And then now every time I see it, I think about it. So she...
Well, yeah, she did get what she wanted, but I don't know. Still, I do still think there were better ways to do it, but not anything as effective. I think is what I would take away from it. Like, better ways to do things, but not as effective as what she did.
But how exactly do you get famous, like, as in famous for, like, what's that word? 5 minutes of fame. How do you get that nowadays? By doing something nuts, right? How do you think, okay, I don't want to compare, but Ori, right? You know, how is he famous? Because he's pictured with all these Bollywood celebrities and stuff. No one actually knows what he does. I think he's a fashion designer or something, or fashion.
I think he used to work for Reliance or something.
Yeah.
I literally looked him up for one of my uni assignments.
Exactly. See, you looked him up. Why? Because you wanted to know.
No, because one of my assignments was on social media.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. See, unless you like do something nuts, you can't get your message
Taking
out there.
photos of celebrities is not nuts.
No, but you're always wondering who is that? Because if you see him consecutively,
No, I think the reason why he really got hyped up was that he went on Coffee with Karan once. I think like the one of the not
that was
not
after
Coffee.
his fame.
That was after his fame. But no, it wasn't. It was.
It was.
No, let me tell you. So people started knowing who he was, but people didn't really know what he was or how he knew all these people. He went onto the show, and that's when he clarified, and he said really crazy stuff there, which made people be like, okay, he's actually weird.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You've proved my point. He is in all these photos with all these stars, and then you're thinking, who is this guy? And then Karan Johar does what Karan Johar does is he picks on these people who are currently trending and puts them on his show.
Do you know what he said though on the show? He was like, I'm a liver. I'm living.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then he said that he's like duplicating his DNA.
Himself? Yep, I've seen that.
Himself. And I'm just like, this guy is way ahead, like light years ahead of Elon Musk with all his saying.
He's a personality. It's a character.
That's what I'm saying.
How else is he supposed to stay relevant? You know that lady Rocky Sawant? How else is she supposed to stay relevant if she doesn't do?
Well, she doesn't do
crazy
anything now.
stuff?
She lives in Dubai apparently. I watched her on Farah Khan's YouTube episodes. Farah Khan has a YouTube channel, by the way, and her
not know
servant,
that.
his name is Dilip. He's so famous.
So Ori proved my point, and
Yeah,
so
I
did Rocky.
guess.
Unless you do crazy stuff, or unless you're with people, and unless people want to know who you are for a certain reason, then no one really can. She got her message across. This
Fair enough.
lady, what was her name?
Lydia Thorpe, yeah.
I don't remember her name, but I remember what she did and the cause she did it for. That's the most important thing for, I guess, non-followers like myself.
Yeah, no, I do get you.
Because maybe for you, as someone, do you follow these kind of things generally?
What kind of things?
Like, these political things.
No, I'm not really into politics much, but I do
Keep
enough.
track, right?
I keep track just to know who to vote for and who not to vote for. But I'm like not like knees deep into it.
Yeah, for someone like me who's not as attentive towards that, the message got across, and that would have been, this is a nationwide thing, and it probably would have gone to it went to the probably went to the UK as well. Yeah, that's where I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. Someone
Twitter?
said, I do have Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, I follow it mostly for football,
Okay.
Bollywood stuff.
Yeah.
But I saw someone reposted something on Twitter, and it was like this British account which said, Australia, look at this Australian batshit crazy lady who's gone and embarrassed herself in front of the royals. And I'm like, what the hell happened here? I watched the video, then I saw the comments, searched it up. Tactics. That's how you have to.
Well,
The game's a game.
what?
The game is the game. See, you have to, like, if you said something wild here, I can guarantee you'd be viral.
I did. Remember that I don't like Dil Jata Hai.
Was that viral though?
Yeah, well, I got
Viral?
attacked for it for no reason.
is true. I
Because
got
there's a lot
attacked.
of people. You did get. You got attacked for saying. I don't even. I'm not
did.
even going to say it. You got attacked for calling Manchester United
Yeah. I
something else that
Yeah.
you weren't supposed to.
yeah, I said something which I apparently wasn't supposed to.
Is it really that big of a deal?
To some people it is, but
Because
if-
there was there's thousands, there's hundreds of comments on there, and they're all about that.
it's I did some research on it. So basically to give you some context, I interviewed Vikrant Massey, right? And I asked him which football team do you support? And he said Man U.
No, he said Manchester
Yeah, he said Manchester
United.
United. Then I showed him my tattoo.
And then he said, "Are you a Man U fan?
He said, "Are you a Man U fan?" Then I said,
You're a huge
"Yeah,
Man
I'm a
U
huge
fan."
Man U fan." See, he said Man U. Then instantly my brain just said that because I never say that. Not like.
It comes out when
it
you're
just sounds
talking to
really weird to
someone.
me. Yeah, it just sounds really weird to me. So when he said it, it just came out.
slipped
And
out,
then I
yeah.
remember like the moment I said it, I remember just cringing inside, but obviously I couldn't show it outside in the camera. And then we posted a reel about it. Did really well, but I think that was because of the hate. And there was, I think now there's probably 150 comments, just
Probably more
these
than
guys
that.
are
More than
fake
that.
fans. They don't know what they're talking about. Man U is a hateful term. I did some research actually because I actually had no idea about that. I never heard of it. I did some research and I found out that it was a hateful term at one point. Because in the olden days,
Because people
rival
would
fans.
link it to a manure.
No, they'll link it to a tragedy accident that happened within the club ages ago, 1958. And it was a derogatory chant by other fans, to try and taunt us and stuff, whatever. But I did some research and I found out that nowadays, people in the UK, by the way, who aren't, who go to the games and things like that, who are not actual, as in they contribute to the club by going to the games and stuff. They were saying that it's not that big of a deal. And I read one thing on a forum which said that this guy from the UK, he's like, oh, it's just what a lot of people, a lot of fans internationally use to try and get over other fans and be like, I know more than you. Try and put them down. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that Vikrant Massey's interview was great. And that's probably one of my most memorable interactions with the celebrity. He said my name and that was a really cool thing. Have you any interactions with any celebrity?
I'm not as lucky, bro.
Surely there's one, right? You would have seen them.
Do signatures count? Do autographs
Obviously,
count?
yeah, of course.
I have Ishant Sharma's autograph.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, I have Gurdas Man's autograph.
Punjabi singer, rapper?
Yeah,
too?
rapper. No. He's a folk singer. He's the legendary folk singer in Punjab. And I met Harbhajan Mann.
Who?
Harbhajan Mann. He's also a Punjabi singer.
Okay, yeah.
Who else? I have Virat Kohli's signature. I have Shah Rukh Khan's signature. But I have not met either of them.
So how did you get it?
Well, our publication has Virat Kohli and Shah Rukh Khan's signature, so
That does not count. That does not
look,
count. That's like saying I've met Shah Rukh Khan because someone I work with has met Shah Rukh Khan. No way. Or because he came to Australia and I live in Australia.
my guys were so basic.
No, but okay, even if you not talked to them, have you at least seen some around? In front of you? You can't tell me there's none.
There's none. None, bro.
I have a few.
Yes,
Ooh.
there has been actually. Okay, not direct, but Hrithik Roshan's wife, ex-wife,
Suzanne, yeah.
Suzanne. So I went for my graduation trip in 2022, and I flew from Dubai to Boston. So one of my cousins lives in Boston, and I got off at Boston Airport, and Suzanne Khan was there with her 2 kids. Her younger kid wasn't feeling too well, so he was upset or whatever, and he wasn't feeling too well. And so they were on the same flight as me, but I bumped into like them when I was at the baggage collection carousel. And take this, her eldest son said sorry to me. So that's it. That's all I have, and that's not even a fully celebrity moment, but that's as close as I did get to it.
If it was Hrithik Roshan, I would be very happy for you. But okay, it's close enough. It's close enough.
It's Hrithik Roshan's DNA, so I'm still gonna say
fairs. It's
the same.
That's fair.
The bloodline is the same.
I've had a few interactions with a few celebrities.
Like, okay, yes, Vikrant Massey and
yes, Vijay. He's a Tamil actor.
Vijay Sethupathi, is that his name?
No, Vijay. I don't know what his last name is. They just call him Vijay.
Okay.
I think they call him Talapati Vijay or something. That's like a nickname they have for him.
I've heard of him.
He's in, Goat.
Yes.
He's the star in that
I haven't
movie.
seen that movie, but I've seen the posters around.
Yeah, I haven't seen one Vijay movie, but
I think he did one with Pooja Hegde or something.
Yeah.
Is that how you say her name? Pooja Hegde.
I think so. Hegde, yeah.
Yeah, but I think he did a movie with her.
So I met him.
Wow.
One of my family friends has a catering business, and Vijay came here just to shoot something for some movie, and he was there and took a photo with him. He was really quiet. He didn't speak to anyone. He was really, really quiet.
Do you know one person I really want to meet though? Akshay Kumar. I love Akshay Kumar. He's my favorite.
Really?
I love him.
Yeah.
I just think he's so funny, on screen and off screen. Like I would love to be friends with him. Him and his wife, like their dynamic is something I really like, and I would like die if I had that with my partner, like that kind of banter. But yeah, I love Akshay Kumar. I'm like a die-hard Akshay Kumar.
Yeah, I've seen a few footy players actually.
Footy players?
Yeah, like NRL players. I saw Jared Hayne once.
I don't know any.
He was a legendary NRL player, but he got caught for some stuff, some legal issues. I saw him at Birkenhead Shopping Centre.
Oh, Birkenhead Point.
Yeah, I was with my mate at Asics. We were just, I think this was 2 years ago. And this was after all his stuff happened. And he stopped playing NRL, like, because no one wanted him anymore. And he'd obviously like lost, he was out of shape and stuff like that. I saw him with his family. And my mate is a big footy fan. And he saw it, like, I'm like, bro, is that Jared Hayne? And he's like, is it? And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, it is. And my mate just froze. And he's like, he froze, right? And then I just said, I'm like, hey, yo, are you Jared Hayne?
Oh, you said that to him?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, are you Jared Hayne?
I said, yeah. I'm like, yo, are you Jared Hayne? He's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. Big fan. He's like, oh, thanks, guys. That's it. I didn't like bother, because he was with his family. Not that I would bother him anyway, but I just, cool. Like, recognized him. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. And then that's it. That was cool. That was cool.
I just had a thought and made me really depressed. So I think everyone already knows I'm a huge One Direction fan, and someone from One Direction just passed away. And I've literally been depressed, like fatly depressed for the past week.
Who is that someone?
Liam Payne.
Okay. How did you react? Okay, let's say
I cried
when
for
was
the full
it?
day, like last Thursday.
What time of day did you find out?
In the morning, like 9 a.m.
Okay, so did you wake up to it, or did you just, were you already up?
No, so I was dropping my mum off at work, and then like as you do, I checked my phone before starting the car again, and the first thing, my friend sent me a post, and it was Liam Payne, like, and then like 1980 something to 2024, and I was like, there's no way. So like I stopped my car, I fully like turned the engine off, and I did research, and I started crying in my car. This is like, you're making that face, but like if someone you really love dies, that's how you will feel. Like, God forbid if something like that ever happens to Shah Rukh Khan, you're telling me you will not cry.
You cannot say that.
No, Renesh, I get that they're not the same people and you can't compare them, but you can compare the love you have for those people.
No, okay, see. I wasn't making any face, by the way.
You were.
I wasn't.
You were.
I was
you
not.
were.
I wasn't.
You
no,
were. Even when I told you yesterday, you were fully judging me.
My lip was dry, so
no,
I was just,
that excuse is you were fully judging me, and everyone judges One Direction fans, but
no, I wasn't judging you for having a reation to him passing.
Yes, you were.
I was judging.
He judged me fully because I told him me and my friends were having a memorial for him.
That I judged you for.
How is that? Okay.
Then that I'll admit I judge you for. But no, okay, not judge. I laughed at you for.
Why?
But in saying that. No, not laughed at you. It was just like, isn't that a bit extreme? Yeah, laughed because it seemed a bit over the top to me. But that's just me.
Okay, Renesh, if somebody like you really love, dies so tragically, you're telling me it wouldn't affect you even a little bit?
That's not what I'm saying. I said I wouldn't have a memorial.
But
for
like,
them.
people cope with things differently.
That is true. I saw a video of these this group of girls that had held a ceremony and his song was playing.
Yeah, and they were playing Strip That Down. Yeah. Such bad timing.
And they were singing it like trying to be sad, and it was just so funny.
That's not a song you play. Like,
no, but that's okay. That's why when you said memorial, that's the first thing I thought of. That's why I started laughing.
Okay, memorial as in just like sitting down and reminiscing about the times. Like me and my friends, we're gonna watch the This Is Us documentary.
Okay, that's not a memorial. That's
that
more
is
just
a
like
memorial. Like we're gonna have, like, do not judge me for this because a lot of people have done it, but we're gonna have like candles and we're gonna let some balloons go in the air. Do not laugh, Renesh. Do not laugh. I will strangle you.
Are one of you gonna
be really careful with what you're gonna say. I'm telling you right now.
No, I was gonna say, are one of you gonna like record it and post it to your stories or post it to TikTok or Instagram?
No, of course not. It's a private moment. I'm not doing it for like the friggin' like to be trending on TikTok or whatever.
That's good because I feel like a lot of people have done it for that. And when I saw that memorial video yesterday, that was hilarious. No, not yesterday. I saw it the other day.
Whatever it is, but
it was
yes,
funny.
just to put it out there, I've been really depressed and I hide it really well. But every like hour, I just randomly think like he's dead. He's actually dead.
No, but don't you kind of think the way he died is a bit like?
Don't, Renesh. We've already had this discussion, and I really don't agree with whatever you're gonna say. Let's not go there.
No, but you yourself have to admit. Okay, look, he passed away. It's sad. I agree with that. I don't.
Yes, he got himself into the mess.
Hold on, let me contextualize what I'm about to say. Right. Let's have a.
Renesh, I'm gonna get really like emotionally charged.
I'm gonna
say something that's gonna get me cancelled.
What? I'm just
either I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me cancelled, or you're gonna say something that's gonna get you cancelled.
I'm just stating the facts.
Say.
All I'm gonna say is, he was okay. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of One Direction. Like I've heard their songs, but I'm not a fan of him, right? Or them. He was in Argentina.
Yeah.
High on. I've heard like maybe 6 or 7 different.
Okay,
drugs.
correction. He was sober, like he was clean, but he like relapsed. And
that's fine. That's fine. That's not.
I'm just clearing it out. So he was clean.
Are you defending him?
I am, Renesh. I'm not.
Even
okay,
let me
listen,
say what I wanted to say.
What my point of, because I know where you're going with this. You're just gonna say he was high on drugs, and so whatever he met with was a consequence of his own choosing because he chose to take drugs. So that's what you're gonna say, right?
No.
Yes.
No. I was
okay. Finish your point. Finish your point, and then I'm gonna say.
What I was gonna say was, he was on like 6, 7 different. I don't care if he was clean and then relapsed. That doesn't make a difference. He was still on drugs. That doesn't matter. That's like saying, oh yeah, he was clean, so he was clean. Like he's clean.
Okay,
when he
your
died.
point being, Renesh.
No, let me finish my point. Then you can make a judgment, right? He was on something, or however many things, right? Fair enough. Okay, whatever. He was clean, then relapsed, whatever. Fine. And from if the stories that I've heard are true, and I know that you will have some other 50 billion different accounts from other different people, but let me tell you what I've heard. I've heard he was high on a lot of different things, and he was trashing the room, went to the hotel lobby and started trashing and started disturbing people and disturbing the thing, and then like disturbing the whole everyone, like the hotel, right? And then he had to get carried up to his room, and they put him there and they locked him in there. And then obviously he tried to leave, and then he fell off the balcony.
I still don't get what your point is. You're just telling me the recount of his death.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said I'm telling you the facts, right? So
yes.
Do you not think that he passed away? And it's really, really, really sad for someone who doesn't follow him. It's sad, right? And obviously he was probably trying to get out of the place or whatever. But you told me yesterday that you think that someone should have been in the room with him.
Yes. Security.
But don't you also... Okay, let's say he was causing stuff to the security. He was trying to do something to the security. Like he was obviously high and whatever. Let's say the security person was in there and he was trying to like get at them. And they
Quickly make your point. I'm getting restless to say stuff.
And they shot him out of self-defense. would you not also say that would you not get mad at the security guard? Because you said yesterday to me that, they have stuff to protect themselves, so it would have been fine.
That does not mean that their life is invaluable. But the security guys, what I meant by that was, if you're hotel staff, okay, and you have a guest who is behaving like this, he's trashing the room and all of that, the first thing you do is not lock him up in his room without supervision. You do not. It is your responsibility as hotel staff to ensure the safety of your guest. That is the first thing hotel people say when you go to their hotel, yes or no. Your safety is our priority, right? So how do you lock someone up in a room that is not safe up on like a higher ground without supervision? I'm not saying someone was supposed to be in there with him. The least they could have done was lock him up in a meeting room or something, because they locked him up to call the police to tell him that he's making a scene, and they've put him in a room where he can't harm anyone else. That was the point of putting him in his room. But that is not to say that it was the safe thing to do for him. Because he didn't want to jump off the balcony. He thought, because he was under the influence of drugs, he was hallucinating. When he fell, he had his hat and backpack on because he thought that was the only way he could leave the room. So he didn't want to fall to die. He wanted to leave the room. So the hotel staff did the wrong thing. I'm not holding the hotel staff responsible for his death.
Saying they did the wrong thing is a big statement.
No, they did the wrong thing. Renesh, if I was working in a hotel where a guest is acting like this, you do not ever put somebody like that in a room where they can do something to harm themselves. Not a room that has a balcony, not a place that has a kitchen where they can access stuff to hurt themselves. You put them in a room where they can't hurt anyone or themselves. That is the first thing you do. You can't tell me you don't agree with me.
All I'm saying is even if they put him in a meeting room, there will be stuff anywhere to hurt yourself. Like he can, if it's
I get
he's in a
that, but
meeting
what
room,
can he do with a chair and table?
he can bang his head against a table.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't want to kill himself. He wasn't wanting to kill himself.
They're not responsible for that.
They are.
They're not.
I'm not saying they're responsible, but I'm saying they're responsible for putting you in a place where that kind of stuff happened.
You can't account for that stuff. You can't.
Yes, you can. Renesh, the amount of times it's happened to people, especially celebrities that are under the influence of drugs, this is not something that's new.
All I'm saying is, if it wasn't Liam Payne, if it was just a random person. Let's say it was a druggie on the street. You would have a very different
druggie on the
street.
Why would it be a druggie on the street, and why would he go into a hotel?
Let's just say he has money, but hypothetically, let's say a druggie goes into a Meriton and.
If he just goes into the Meriton, the hotel does not have a responsibility for his safety. They can shove him out of the hotel and just call the police. But with Liam Payne, he was a guest staying at the hotel.
No, but as in saying, what if the druggie was a guest at the hotel?
Okay, well then say that. If he was a druggie and he was a guest at the hotel, I would say the same thing. If I had read a news that a guest fell from the balcony of a hotel after being locked up in there after acting and people knowing he was on drugs, I would still say the same stuff. A life is a life. Whether it's Liam Payne, whether it's me, or whether it's a druggie, a life is a life.
I just think that they can't be held accountable for him.
I'm not saying they're held accountable, but they did make a mistake.
No, I don't, because they unfortunately they don't have like rooms to cater for these kind of things.
What do you mean, Renesh? It's a hotel.
No, but they don't have a white room which just with
not
just
a white
padded
room,
walls.
but
like,
definitely not one
in their head, like because they're not prepared for this. So all they're thinking is, let's get him into the room.
No one's prepared for this, but
that's what I'm saying. So let's get him into the room.
Think logically and don't put. Okay, I'm
let's
sorry.
get him into. No, I think you should speak logically because you're speaking emotionally because you love him. That's what I'm saying.
But Renesh, I would say this even if it was some rando.
I don't think you would.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Then you don't know me. I would say this if it was a rando.
All I'm saying is, they weren't prepared for it. They can't. No
one can be prepared for it.
I know, but they can't force him not to take drugs, right?
Okay, they can't force him to what?
They can't force him to take drugs. So he did it on his own account.
Yeah, he did it on his own.
That's fair. That's fair.
I agree with you. He did it on his own. But the way they handled it was very poor.
No, but they can't, like, what are they supposed to do?
What do you mean, Renesh? What are they supposed to do? If you say our guest safety is our priority, maybe not lock him up in a room where he can, like, accidentally or intentionally jump off the balcony.
What if the hotel doesn't have a meeting room? Where else are they locking?
Put him in the bathroom or something.
A bathroom? He's gonna trash the bathroom.
So what? The hotel can still sue him and make up for the damages. How are they going to make up for the life lost?
They're not thinking that he's gonna die, right? They're thinking at the time, because they're obviously...
No, Renesh, otherwise why would they call the police? You only call the police if someone else's life is at threat. It's either his or other people's. Why would they lock him up in the room if they didn't think he was a threat to other people's life or his own?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they locked him in the room. Their plan, from what I'm thinking, is lock him in the room, right? And after you lock him in the room, call the police, let them sort it out, because then they can take him to a safe place.
Fair.
But in that time that he was in the hotel room alone, they're probably trying to call the police that they can sort it out. They're not thinking that,
Fair.
he's going to jump off
That's
the
why they
building
locked him
here.
up in the room, so they
That's
can
what I'm
have
saying.
time to call the police.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm judging is the place they locked him up in. That's all I'm saying. It's a big ass hotel with like 20 or 25 floors. You're telling me there's not a single room that doesn't have a freaking balcony? Even there are hotels there are rooms in hotels that don't have a balcony. Those are the cheaper rooms.
I think that's a bit like, because what if there's people staying in the bottom floors? You can't
Renesh,
be like, oh yeah,
it
sorry,
is, whatever
this guy's
it
having
is.
having an attack here. We'll just need to use your room for like 5 seconds.
No,
'Cause
I'm not saying you empty someone
wouldn't he have
else's
just
room?
jumped out of that that floor's balcony and then just run off and done something?
No,
isn't that
saying
even
is-
worse for us? Like, he can get hit by a car.
No, what I'm saying is put him in a room where he can't escape. There are plenty of hotel rooms that don't have a balcony. They just have a window and the windows don't open. I have stayed in those kind of rooms, is what I'm saying.
Did you check the Argentina one?
Renesh, okay, you're getting like really...
Logical?
No, you're not getting logical. That's not
think
logic at all. Like, I'm sorry if this is sounding mean, but whatever you're saying is not making sense. It is the hotel's responsibility for a guest safety. That's all I'm saying. And they failed at that.
Okay.
Whether he's drugged up or whether he's a harm to someone else, it is your job. If you want to call the police, put him somewhere where he is not going to harm other people or himself. Simple as that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, if you park your car in a car park and you forget, no, hold on, just give me an example. If you lock your car in a car park and you go to the car park in a shopping center, you get out, go shopping, you don't lock your car, and then someone comes and steals it.
That's your fault for not locking your car.
Is it the fault of the
Renesh, that's completely different. That's not a good example. You have parked your car in Westfield. Westfield doesn't claim we'll keep your car safe while you go shop, do they? A hotel does. A hotel says your safety is our priority. Don't say that if you can't protect people.
But he was on drugs on his own account.
I don't care. He's still a guest. If you're like, okay, you're wrong. I'm just gonna say that. Sorry.
But let's say hypothetically he's murdering people, like stabbing people, and he's a guest. Is his safety still a priority?
Renesh, yes. If he has stabbed someone, you take him, you remove him from that situation, you lock him somewhere, again, I'm going to say this for like the millionth time, where he is not a threat to other people or himself, and you call the police. That is the smart, logical, and common sense thing to do. I've studied in my legal studies, what they tell you is you have to balance the rights of the victim, the offender, and society. The offender has rights as well, even if he's in the wrong, even if he stabbed someone. For example, have you seen the Menendez brothers documentary that just came out?
Yes.
Okay, why is that such a big thing? They brutally murdered their parents, like shot them in the face millions of times, but people are sympathizing with them and saying they deserve a retrial. Why? Because of the supposed aggravating circumstances that their dad sexually assaulted them. Why are people listening to them? Because the offender has rights as well. Whether you're stabbing people or something, yes, I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying Liam Payne was innocent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way the situation was handled was very poor. That's all I am saying. You cannot tell me that you don't agree with something I'm saying.
No, I agree. Okay, I agree that he has rights. I get that, but I think that they did the best they could. That's what I'm trying to say. I think they did the best that they could.
Okay, maybe in the situation they thought what they were doing.
Because in a
but
emergency
Renesh,
situation,
you get training for this in hotels. If you do, emergency procedures, like what to do if there's, say, a shooter or something, like that kind of training is given to hotel staff. Like if you are at risk, if there's a shooter or if there's a terrorist attack or whatever, evacuation procedures, they are told where to put their guests and where they can evacuate from. What I'm saying is it is just a logical thing to not put someone who is under the influence of drugs in a room like that. Is
It was
all I'm
his
saying.
room.
I don't care. Doesn't matter. It had a balcony and he fell off and he died. If they hadn't have done that, I'm just going to say he would have been alive today. He wouldn't have died from the drugs. He died from falling off the balcony.
Under
Cause
the
of death?
influence.
And Renesh, who put him in that balcony with that in the
Who
room
put him
with
on drugs? Need to start with him.
Let's move on.
Do
Because
we have time to move on? I think we've taken most of the time up.
that was
hilarious.
I'm not even gonna-
I love that.
that was not hilarious.
That was
at
absolutely
all.
I love that.
That was not hilarious at all, Renesh.
That was really funny.
What did you just say?
That was not what happened. That was funny. The discussion we had was funny.
Yeah, because you're wrong.
I believe there's two sides to every story.
And there's a right side to every story.
No, not necessarily. There's not always a right and wrong. Sometimes accidents just happen and you just have to move on from it.
Yeah, it's an accident, but
Sometimes
it's 50-50.
misfortunes. Sometimes misfortunes just happen.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here with us, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed us arguing because we all know who is wrong. We do. See you next time.